Hey, how are you and how is your energy level doing today? Is it positive or is it negative? Our energy it actually affects all outcomes of our lives, whether it's on your professional life or your personal life. So stay tuned for another Discover Your Amazing Edge podcast coming right up.
And here we are. I'm Zeth Halpern here in the Washington, D.C. area in the steamy summer. And I'm with,
Sarah Polyakov here on the West Coast in Seattle, Washington, where it is a beautiful sunny day,
well,
contrary to the rumors about Seattle. And remember, we broadcast coast to coast, nationwide, and worldwide. So please, please, we love it when you join us here and drop us a comment.
and we welcome any comment. We're pretty thick skinned around here, so just let it flow because we want to know. So I'm a poet too, as you can see.
Yes,
Uh,
he is.
and today in the summer, this is Mind Shift Happens. Mind
Happen.
Shift
Is
Happens.
it does. Mind shift does happen. So this is our summer podcast
How's
before.
your mindset anyway? How's your mindset today? I'm a little crazy today. I got a lot going on. I'm kind of running back and forth, dealing with beautiful grandchild things. So I was
Yeah,
having a good time. But it
I
is
got
encouraging.
I got
Uh-oh.
this here. I know. You remember this. This is my Lagatha from
Oh my
Viking.
God. Wait a minute. I got to match that because this is my old Mickey Mantle souvenir bat, wherever you could see it, I guess. Yeah.
Oh,
Old
hey.
Mickey Mantle souvenir bat. That's probably, I can't even imagine how old.
It's
So
far in time.
let's swing for the fences. Let's just swing
Oh,
for the fences.
for the
And
Viking weapon.
you over there, sorceress, you cast
Yes,
some kind of spell with that crazy stick.
I think I could. I
Oh
think
my God, that looks like a spell. That looks like you could put a spell on more than one person. Yeah, and
I
maybe the world needs a spell, Sarah. Maybe you could put a spell like a happy kindness, gratitude, something or other
it
spell.
needs a happy
Because good
kindness.
God, the world needs it. The world just needs.
Very much needs a kindness happy spell. I mean, people need to stop posting about kindness on LinkedIn and just do
And
it.
just do it and stop posting all the hate stuff because you know what, it's affecting us, our children, and everyone. There's a trickle down effect, and
Yes.
this is we're happy to be in this world, but there's a lot of hate, and I'd like to see some of it reside a little bit. It's my little wish over here that perhaps we could do that, and so let's give it a whirl. But anyway, today we're talking about it all starts with energy, and it really does. It's because today my energy is a little depleted, to tell you the truth. But we all possess an aura of energy, and we both know positive and negative. We wish, that all our energy was positive, but being the humans that we are, that's not such an easy thing. Um, so, what is you know, is your unique energy? Is it rolling? Energy can be like a force. It can be like a tornado,
Yeah,
um, and it ignites us in a positive or negative direction. Um,
especially if we are doing something that gets us into the groove. What is it that gets you into the groove, Zev?
well,
You
there's
just
one.
got in there with your baseball bat.
Yeah, well, I played softball when I was young, and I played it all my life. And I recently had a 6-year hiatus from it, and I got back this year, and I can't tell you how much it was. I mean, how important it was, how much fun it was, and how challenging it was to get back to it after two double knee replacements.
Fantastic.
um, but
Fantastic.
The thing that softball did to me, and it's relevant to what we're talking about, because the most important thing about energy, especially if we have negative energy and we want to get our stuff moving, it's important to do something that you're good at, that you feel very confident about, because when you're confident, the energy is very positive. When you're not confident, and all of us have experienced that. It's not so easy, to get a positive flow, and a positive flow gets us to the place we want to get to. How's
Right.
it work for you, Sarah?
Well, I wanted to say, speaking of positive flow, we have the wonderful Edward Zia who has showed up
Oh
today.
my goodness, Edward Zia from
Edward,
Down Under.
can you believe it?
Thank you, Edward.
Graced us. Thank you,
Now,
Edward.
Edward is a world-class influencer,
He
and
is.
I think he's taken over Australia. Actually, he's a force. And we appreciate his lessons. We appreciate our dialogues. And most important, we appreciate our friendship because
Yes.
he's been that to both of us. So thank you, Edward. And thanks for stopping by.
Yes, Edward and Lassie Zia are amazing. Check out their networking group because that's kind of how Zeb and I met. We made a connection through their professional networking group, and they are just the best, most genuine people to know. So check out Edward and Lassie.
And it is worth your while.
Really.
But, back to energy, by fostering an awareness of energy, the kind that you emit, it can have a profound effect on everything in your life, especially when you're trying, you're looking for those more fulfilling directions and successful directions. It's a driving force that either moves you in a positive or negative direction.
Right.
How's it working for you, Sarah?
In terms of energy?
Yeah, is your energy leading you to where you want to go, or is it pulling you away? That's energy. It's a current.
Sometimes you have to fight against the current. Sometimes you have to, because if the current is pulling you in the direction where you don't want to go, you have to paddle out. And I would say the best lesson I have on that is when I take my paddleboard out into the Puget Sound. It has 11 knot currents, but I will do anything to see the porpoises that come up to me when I'm out there. And so, and it feels wonderful when I'm able to paddle against the current and overcome it and then come home and have a beautiful day. That's empowering to me. So,
and I'm sure it helps you channel your energy. That's what we need to do. We need to channel our energy to our calling, to the wealth factor, to the unique qualities that make each of us stand out. We want to stand out as who we are. We want to show up, step up. And it's hard to do that when you're in some kind of negative flow. So in order to get in a positive flow, we have to find a way to step into our confidence. And when we step into our confidence, all of a sudden the current can get strong and really propel us to a place that we're trying to get to. Very motivating. And again, I can't emphasize enough how important it is to, and especially for the people that are stuck and tired and you just, you've tried, you hit the wall, to stop, put it all away and focus on something that you're good at. I don't care what it is, focus on it, do it, walk it, and you're going to find, that when you get all of a sudden into that current, different things start to happen rather than sitting there with that. I'll never make it. I can't, this is terrible. How many times do you have to try? The wall just keeps coming up, every negative thing that you could possibly say about yourself. So it's important, yes, sometimes you got to go back to scratch. You got to go back to the fundamentals.
Yeah.
And, we're all good at something. We're all good at something. And it's not necessarily, and if people don't like what you're good at, well, too bad.
That's no, it's not on you.
Right. Do what you're good at. And
Never shrink to try to fit somebody else's ideal of what they think you should be.
right, take it,
And
run.
never listen to people who tell you that you should be something.
Imagine, you're at the pool and you see the diving board and you approach the diving board and it's a springy diving board and you step on it and you leap a few times and then just leap into the thing that you're good at. Um, Sarah, what are you good at?
Oh man, see, I was taught not to brag. So
Well, without labeling you some braggadocious or anything like that, which personally, knowing you, I already know you aren't. So,
thank you. I think I'm good at singing because I've been training for years as a singer. Pretty good at songwriting, and I've always been a very good swimmer, very competitive athletic swimmer, and I like to write books. So I would like to think I'm good at those things. How about you, Zev? What are you good at?
well, look, I think you're good at art too.
Oh,
I
thank you.
think you do fabulous, beautiful pictures. And
Oh, thank you. Thank
for
you.
me, I'm really good at helping people figure out their stuff. And so
Yes,
I
you
chose
are.
my avocation well because that's really what I developed into. And the reason I developed into that is because I faced, great challenges in my life. And those challenges, they made me. And they made me realize, that humanity needs to be understood. And when people reach out to try to be understood, and somebody listens to them and really hears them for what they're trying to do, then they're able to take this kind of steps, and put down the stepping stones that they need. And those stepping stones are very unique. They're not necessarily for everybody. This isn't a generic game. This is a specific game. This is how you jump into your positive energy. And
Yes.
believe me, you have a ton of energy. You're powerhouses. We're human. We're amazing. I posted today about how everybody should look in the mirror and they should take a moment, really take a moment, look in that mirror and recognize all the stuff that you've been through, all the things that have made you good, bad, disappointments, the whole bit. That's you.
And
There's
yet
nobody like that.
you're still standing, just like the Elton John song. You are still standing.
Can you sing that, Sarah?
Let's see.
I'm still standing.
Standing better than I ever have.
There you go.
Looking like a true survivor. Feeling like a little kid.
Hey, the girl can sing, don't you think?
I hope so.
Oh, the girl can sing. The girl can sing.
You.
Most important, be you. We hear that a lot. Develop you, and
Yes.
you will enter the winning zone.
And be okay with being silly on camera like I am now. I didn't even talk about my professional stuff that I'm good at. I, for years, worked with infidelity cases. So that's kind of what I'm good at professionally is I've been through it myself, but I also have the credentials, the psychology credentials, and I've also developed my own programs to treat infidelity because it's not something they teach in the master's programs. They don't have they don't. So
And you don't become a coach like we are until
no.
you get down into the real messy grit of it all. And then you realize, that people have, enormous battles that they're fighting. And, we don't know what they are. We don't know what happens behind, closed doors. We think everybody's all good just because, we're taught to show an image. And
Right.
sometimes by showing an image, we lose who we are, but we save face. And that's just something about the way we humans are. We don't like, to look like, we don't have our shit together. We just don't. So people sometimes put up some pretty strong images. And I guess, and importantly, is that some of those images become us. We step into that image and sometimes we push past, we act as if, and all of a sudden, instead of being on the negative side of it, we jump into the positive zone.
And be sure sure you're jumping into that positive zone, because I've also seen people step into the negative images that people have predefined for them. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I haven't, and the energy that we emit, especially when it's negative, it affects how we approach challenges and opportunities. And I can't tell you, and for all of you out there in the listening world, how many opportunities people have missed because they were in some negative zone, or they were being influenced by negatrons, or whatever that was.
Or they're feeling just bad about themselves, and so
Yeah.
they didn't take it. They thought that's for somebody else. That kind of happiness or that kind of thing or event, that's for somebody else, but not for me. And that's tragic, because it is for you.
Positive energy correlates with a growth mindset. And what does that mean? Those are some words. Positivity, energy correlates with a growth mindset. What does that mean? What it means is that when we face all these insurmountable things that a lot of times we face, and they seem to be so damn insurmountable because we can't muster the positive energy that we need to break through. And so a growth mindset tells us that we can fail forward. We can splatter all over the floor. We can, some amazing idea gets swatted by, somebody. They take your amazing idea and they turn it, into mud. And you go like, oh my God, I thought that was the greatest idea in the world. Well, good. If you think it's the greatest idea in the world, then you need to run with it, because that's positive energy flowing through you, and it got nothing to do with anybody else. And when you jump on that and when you move on that, that's when things start to happen for you, not what other people, you have to rate yourself. A lot of us, we get rated, or especially with social media and all that, everybody, treating people and, sending negative vibes and barbs at you. It's a nasty place out there on social media, and some people just fall. They don't rise above all that. But when you have positive energy, your challenges become opportunities for growth, and you're able to climb the mountain, and you don't have to sit there and go, oh, I'm never going to make it, I'm just so screwed up and all that, as a lot of times each of us, we say to ourselves.
We do.
We're only human. We're
Yeah.
only human.
If we say it too much, if we say too much of the naysaying, it starts to rewire our brain and truly influence us. So we start to become those people. So it's best to be careful about feeding that inner critic and giving yourself some kudos instead. Reversing any negative thoughts that come to you, reverse them with what's real and what's positive.
If you want to be resilient, and you want your kids to be resilient, and you want the people around you, from your positive energy to trickle down to them, then the energy that emits from you contributes to the resilience that you have. Stay the course, and overcome those setbacks and obstacles, because you have to say to yourself, you can. When you understand and you harness the power of your personal energy, guess what? That's the key strategy in cultivating amazing opportunities for yourself.
Yes, you take all.
We enhance our prospects and well-being, and the impact will trickle down to the people we care about and the people around us, and then it'll be like a positive flow of energy. There's too much negativity in the world. We have to be kind of we have to generate positive stuff. And when we do, even though it sounds hokey and corny and all that, big things start to happen. So, I think the big lesson today is it's time to embrace your energy and seize the success that awaits you.
Yes.
Say it again. It's time to embrace your energy and seize the success that awaits you. Carpe diem, seize the day. Again, you could say it's corny. It's not corny at all. It's about
That's
about your life and what you're doing with it.
very much.
And a carpe diem, if you can seize your day, then more power to you, because you're one person out of so many that are not seizing their day.
Exactly.
They're having a bad day. They're not making it. They don't have positive influences in their life, and they're not able, to call forth, some kind of track, change, and change their destination into a more positive zone. I mean, it seems all simple, and I'm not trying to make it simple. It's not simple at all. I think the most important thing is that we just have to do it. We have to seize it. Um,
Yeah.
what's our choice? Our choice is either fall back, into um, feeling bad and not reaching the kinds of things that um, we want to get to, and our energy level dictates all of that.
It
And
does. But what happens? I'm digressing just a little bit here. What happens when somebody falls into clinical depression? Is there a point where, the positive thinking needs to be augmented with something else?
I think it does. Look, you got to deal with your stuff. Some people, look, when you fall into clinical depression, obviously there are things that are going on that already have become way, way, way too influential in your sphere. And if you don't deal with them, and if you don't deal with them head on or find a way, then you're going to be stuck there. And there are a lot of people who refuse help. They don't want to ask for help. They think help is a bunch of BS. But the truth is that take a hand that's, and grab a hand. People are reaching out and support. Look, Sarah, both and I both have reached out, and so have more of the successful people than less of the successful people have gotten help, have gotten picked up by somebody else, mentored, influenced, you name it. And that has helped spark them.
Yes. I mean,
When we're clinically depressed, it's hard to be sparked. But once you rise above
it's
that, you get that
possible.
help. All of
Yeah.
a sudden, the spark, you can feel it.
Yeah.
Sometimes that spark, you can't possibly feel it if you're in, the dumps. You're in the dumps, that's where you are. You have to figure out a way to get out of the murky mess so that you could see again and so that you can hear again. It's not it's no fault of your own. But it is when you don't, grab a rung and try to pull yourself out of it. I'm not the most super positive person in the world. I fall into the pit sometimes. I have to grab the rungs, and but the important thing is grab the rung. And believe me, you grab. Where's this rung you're talking about, Zeb? The rung is the rung in your mind. You have to say to yourself, it's there. Just reach out and grab it. Start pulling yourself out of it, and amazing things could happen. Let me
Exactly.
leave you with a transformational mindset, just a little bit, and I'm going to read this. I will use my natural abilities to cultivate positive energy for the many successes I will achieve moving forward. Again, I will use my natural abilities, which we all have, to cultivate positive energy for the many successes I will achieve moving forward.
And that's from our book.
Exactly. Sarah and I wrote a book. Um, we got joined at the hip this way. Um, and we wrote it over a summer.
Yep.
Discover Your Amazing Edge, and it has turned into a whole world.
It
And
has.
people have been helped. And we focus on two areas: one, personal development, the other, relationship. We have experience in both of them because both of us have worked not just as coaches and therapists, but we've worked in the corporate world, we've worked in the world of industry, and in the capacity of human problem intervention. And believe me, there are human problems and they need intervention. Sarah and I have spent our careers doing that. So
We,
that's why we're excited that we have a new website coming, Your Amazing Edge. The first website was to advance our book. The second website is filled with opportunities for you in the personal development sphere. Pull yourself out of being stuck, move, break through, get your stepping stones in order. And I would urge you to read the book first, and then I would urge you to reach out to us because we have webinars that will be available on the site for you to latch onto and take. The kind of positive hand that maybe some people need. And in the relationship side, again, it's kind of a full circle. Sarah talked about infidelity. I've spent a lifetime helping couples work through their stuff or get out of it. Some people can be fixed. Some people do have to separate and they do have to get divorced. And that is a trial and tribulation.
It is.
It's not a place, it's not a destination that you want to travel alone. You want to travel with support, guidance, because it's a rebuilding process. And
we'll be offering those services soon as well. And it will be kind of interesting because when you normally work through divorce, you have like one therapist who talks to each person in the couple. Here you have, one therapist per person. And
you also have a man and a woman, two different and widely different perspectives. And that has resulted in success for a lot of couples and for a lot of people who are trying to get past, stuck points in their professional advancement. So reach out. Sarah and I are committed to these podcasts. We've done Tuesdays and Fridays for a long time, and we're going to continue to do it. It's a stretch for us, but we're going to do it, and we're going to continue today's personal development. Fridays we have called Spicy Fridays, practical things that'll help your relationship, whatever kind of situation you're in. So anyway, that's today. And again, Sarah, it's been great being here. This was a really interesting topic. I know that when we talked about it in the book, it really became a really fundamental. Our energy levels are fundamental to every possible thing that's going to happen to us. So thanks for tuning in. We're so happy that you were able to be here and that we were visited by our friend and influencer, Ed Zia. And
check out his profile.
And we'll be back Friday with the relationship part. So we're mind set shift happens. It really can. You can change your mindset, and you can turn it in a direction direction that will take you to the place that you want to go. Happy is the person that gets to the place that they want to get to, and unhappy is the one who's stuck. And we understand it, so reach out to us. And again, we'll talk to you again Friday, but we're always available. So look, have a good week. And Sarah, you have a beautiful day out there in Seattle.
You have a wonderful day in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, things are heated in Washington, D.C. You can feel the political heat just coming. And this week, it's particularly hot. So I try to stay away from it, but it's pretty hard to do that. So anyway, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you again.
See you again soon.
And a thumbs up.